Alright, so we are live with another game testing stream. There has been a new build of Summoners Nexus out for 24 hours, and I have not sat down to properly, thoroughly get into it, which is insane. A whole new subset was added into the game, and I haven't had time to take a look. So, with that being said, the first portion of the stream is going to be a tour of the current app and a brief explanation of the rules, specifically because we have some new members of staff at TGN, the studio that I started for the development of the game, and I want them to be able to look at this as a way to sort of explain how the app works and what goes on inside of it, how the rules work, so on and so forth mechanically. So with the current version of the app, you just sign in. I've signed in with Google before, so it remembers my sign-in information. And I'll just go through the pages that we have in the app one by one. We'll start with the player profile screen here at the bottom right. Now, here you can check your stats, but that doesn't matter that much. You can check your inventory. The most important things you can do here are change your name and change your player icon. This section is purely cosmetic. Doesn't matter that much. Now, over here, we have the guild system. Now, what I'll do is I'll leave my current guild. I founded the guild, so I can't actually leave it. Okay, so ordinarily, when you come to this screen, actually, let me see if I can find a different way to show you. Well, you'll see it once you actually have the app. Jojo, how are you, my friend? Welcome. I'm doing all right. I'm just doing a quick tour of the Summoners Nexus app so that people know exactly what's going on with it. We've got some new members of staff that we're sort of onboarding, and I want them to just understand how it all works. Now, the guild system also isn't that important for you right now. When the game launches, it's how players will communicate with each other. There's a chat function. Oh yeah, the guild icon is back. There was they were just doing some work on it, and it wasn't there for a little while. You can come over here to see different activities, the crafting station where cards can be crafted. When I say crafted, if you come in here, let's say you want to earn this card. Well, I mean, this is a trading card game. I'll show you the shop in just a second. You would go into the shard section, and what you can do is you can give up versions of a card that you own. I can say, take for example, all 6 of these. Actually, let's not transfer all of them. I can transfer 5 of these into shards, so I now have 9 shards, and once you have enough shards, you can purchase the cards that are here. So this is just an alternative way for players to earn cards. Guild trades have not been activated yet, so that's still under construction. The leaderboard is active. It just shows the rankings of all of the guilds that currently exist. There are only 2 guilds in the game at present because we're still in the testing phase. Now, is there anything else in the guild section that's really relevant for right now? There's the guild shop, right? Another way for you to earn cards and cosmetics and so on and so forth. For right now, the only way to earn currencies for the guild are to tap on either of these 2 buttons. You can see my guild tokens going up. And over here, if I push this button, it counts as me donating to the guild's total bank, its total inventory, as it were. And if you are a guild leader, you can come over here and purchase things that will be able to influence the way your guild looks. Like, for example, if I purchase this, we gain access to all of these things. So I, as the guild leader, can now come into our backpack and change the presentation of what we have in our guild. So every member of our guild will now have this as the background. And there's also a notification that that was purchased with the guild's inventory. Additionally, when you make a purchase like that from the guild shop, it adds cosmetics, right? You see that this cosmetic has now been added to the guild shop, and this battle mat has also been added. So that is the guild system. Now, coming over here, the shop, one of the most important features in the game. It's currently fully functional. The only thing that isn't functional, if you click on that tab, you can navigate through the direct sections. Right now, if you click on any of these, don't worry, it doesn't take any money. It just automatically adds it to your account, so there's no real need to worry about that. Now, at the present stage, you don't need to worry about obtaining cards, but I will show you how all of these sections work. So you have the featured card section. where every 24 hours, a rotation of specific cards are put on display that you can purchase for a given amount. Now, why that is relevant is because normally cards are obtained at random through either the subset banners, which are up here, or the standard banner, which is here. Now, the standard banner includes a circulation of all of the cards in the game. You'll see up here that this one card costs 500, but to pull for 10 cards here also costs 500. The reason for that is because here, it's completely random what you get. Now, I happen to get something good, which is why I have these animations playing, right? So the animation that plays for you will sort of indicate to you what rarity of cards that you got. So because of that, and because this is glowing blue, I know that I got a standard rarity, I got a limited rarity card among this 10 pull that is marked. And marks are just the variants of cards in this game. You might see cards that look black and white, or cards that have different art, or cards that have sort of a mosaic appearance to them. This is where they are. Clean animation, thank you very much. Right, it's one of my favorites actually. You don't see it that often, but yeah. So going through, we can see all of the cards that I obtained. That was the marked card that I obtained, because you can see the art style was different from everything else. And yeah, it costs the same amount, but these cards are completely random. I have no way of knowing what I'm going to get off of this, so we'll just skip all of this. These are the cards that I got in that 10 pull. I believe it's 30 cards. 5, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. But yeah, 30 cards, right? So to avoid wasting, all of your resources getting cards from there, you can just do it over here. Now, the subset packs are a bit different. Yes, they still have like a random selection of cards, and they're more expensive, but you are a lot more likely to get the cards from the subset that you're pulling for. So if I click on this is the subset pack for the Reaper subset. I have unlocked the one for Forest Guard, and don't worry, you'll learn the different groups. Subsets are the groups of cards in this game. But I have this unlocked. So what I'll do is just do a 5 pull from over here, right? Now, we didn't get anything high rarity because we just got the standard animation. So we got we know we unlocked something of limited rarity, and just like that, boom, that's from the Reaper subset. 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 So we pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 cards from the Reaper subset instead of just pulling, a random selection. So it narrows it down and makes it more likely to get the cards that you want. And bear in mind, the Reaper subset only has, I believe it's 7 avatars and 4 runes. So of the 11 cards on offer for the Reaper subset currently, we just got 4 of them, right, off of 1 pull. So that's the value, that's the point of the subset packs. Now coming down a little bit, sorry, this is the subset banner, right? These are the subset banners. Now, moving on to the subset packs. Subset packs also refresh on a 24-hour basis. Now, on a normal pack, if I just open one pack, I have no idea what's inside. I don't find out what's inside of it until I have done the pull, until I've paid for it, effectively, right? And then I find out, okay, cool, I didn't get anything that I wanted. Those are all just random cards. Now, with the subset packs, what they do is they take a pack from the subset banner up here, right? It'll be from any one of them. It's completely random each day. And when you come over here, if you click on it, it shows you what's inside before you do your pull. And so you can make the choice, do I spend this amount on these specific cards or no? So it's like a better version of this, but the takeaway is that, you have less of a selection of cards. Yo, Zane, how you doing today? Welcome, friend. And then coming down here, you have the cosmetics. You can just scroll to see everything that you've got. You can purchase these things. You've got music packs, player icons that you can purchase and equip over on the player profile screen, which I already showed you. I'll show you where you equip card sleeves and everything like that in a moment. Battle mats can also be equipped, card animation, so on and so forth. Now, very important is the developer shop. Now, when you get your build of Summoner's Nexus, you come over here and you push working cards, and it automatically unlocks all of the cards that have their effects currently coded into the game, because there's 123 cards in the game, but only, I believe, right now I think we're sitting at 50 I would say probably around 56 of them have their effects coded in. So this puts those cards at the top. That way you don't have to go through all of the cards. Yeah, up to him have their effects unlocked. So those are the cards that you will be able to play around with. Anything below him now won't have its effects unlocked, right? Oh, Zane says, I'm at my new apartment, got half the furniture, but no internet till Monday, so struggling with phone transmission. Hey, I mean, it's good that you've got a new place. I hope it goes well. I hope you're able to move in smoothly, like Jojo says. And yeah, this is, I mean, it's a big step. It's a big step. So hopefully it works out, right? Not having internet is awful, though. Thank you for coming to the stream without internet. That's, well, I know you have internet on your phone, but like, yeah, you get what I mean, right? So. Now, the next section that we'll look at is the deck editor, which is where we just were. So here, you will have any number of decks built from cards that you've acquired over the course of playing the game. What I'll do is come over here and use this one as an example. So, in Summoner's Nexus, you'll have read the simplified version of the rules. Your deck is comprised of 20 cards. You have 5 avatars that go in your hand, you have 5 runes that go in your hand, and then 5 avatars and runes that go into your resource deck. Now, the hand is what you start the game with. The resource deck is where you draw cards from over the course of the game. Now, you'll also have read this thing about the synergy system, where if I click on a card, let's say this one, for example, I can see all of its information. I can see what its effects say and see its core information. I have its name, I have its rank, it's a rank 2, which means it costs 100 points to summon. It is a support type because it has this wreath. And then very importantly, we have its subset information, which if you click on this, it tells you about its subset, and its synergy rating, which is a Roman numeral of 4. Now, the synergy system is extremely important for understanding this game because it's how decks are built. With the synergy system, so you have 10 spaces for avatars in the deck that I've just explained, right? Of the 20 cards, 5 avatars here and 5 avatars here. Now, how the synergy system works is it determines what cards can be played together. I'll give an example. If I put this in my hand by itself, it's currently glowing red. That's because its synergy rating is 4. That means of the 10 cards in my deck, 4 of them need to be from this card's subset in order for its effects to be used and in order for the deck to be considered valid. So we'll put in some more. That's 2. And it doesn't matter if it's in the hand or the resource deck, as long as these cards feature somewhere in the deck, we're good to go. So just like that, all of them are now glowing green because they all have a synergy rating of 4. So of my 10 deck slots, 4 of them have now been taken up. I have 6 slots to play around with, which means I can play with a deck that has a synergy rating of 6 or less. Now, the Swamp Dwellers over here have a synergy rating of 3, so they would fit. I could put them in my hand or my resource deck. These guys have a synergy rating of 2, the Daemon subset. And if you get confused about the subsets, all of them are grouped here. Each one has its own icon, and you'll get used to it after some time. You can click on the icons to get more information about what the decks are. And if you click to filter it, it will only show you cards from the given subset. So you have a sorting section over here and a filter section over here. The sorting section doesn't matter as much as the filter section for right now. So in the Reaper subset, I click on this, and okay, this card has a synergy rating of 6, but the main card in the Reaper subset, Umbrage the Reaper, has a synergy rating of 7. Well, since I only have 6 spaces left in my deck, I can't include him and expect his effects to work because his synergy requirements won't be met. The other cards in the deck that have a synergy rating of 6, they can use their effects just fine, right? But he who has a synergy rating of 7 is the big problem. Now, if I wanted to, I could build a deck that included 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, those 5 cards, but I need a 6th card. Now, both Grimace here and Umbrage here have a rating of 7, which means I can't put either of them in my hand. But if I want to, I can say, okay, you go in the hand, you go in the hand, and they're currently glowing red because they don't have their synergy requirements met. You go in the hand, you go in the resource deck, you go in the resource deck, and lastly, you go in the resource deck. Now, if you look at it, Everything is now glowing green, which means that for all intents and purposes, the avatars for this deck have been adequately assigned. However, you'll notice Grimace over here doesn't have a green outline. He's not glowing, and the reason for that is his synergy requirements are not met by the deck. You are allowed to play with him like this, but because his requirements are not met, when you put him into the game, his effects will not activate. He will just be a regular, he's basically just a piece of paper that has stats on it, right? He won't be able to do anything meaningful. Now, if I were to, for example, change the order, and I were to put Grimace in my hand, and I were to put that other card in the resource deck. Which one was it? It's this one. Now, this time, Grimace is glowing red instead of not glowing at all. This is an invalid deck composition because one of the cards in my hand has not had its synergy requirements met. This top row, everything in this top row has to glow green or the deck will not be accepted. It's okay if something in the bottom row isn't glowing green, but if something in the top isn't glowing green, then you have a problem, which is why we would not be able to play with the deck like this because Grimace has not had his requirements met. And then after we sort, so even if I were to put all of the runes in, because you have to have the 10 runes, like I've said, you can decide if they are in your starting hand or if you draw them over the course of the game. We'll just include them quickly. And then let's just get a couple of more runes going. We'll put you in the hand. We'll put you in the hand. We'll put you in the hand. Same with you. Same with you. And I think we just need one more for the resource deck. Okay, so this deck has 20 cards, but because of the synergy rating problem here, it's not valid. That's why it still has that exclamation mark on the side. A deck that's valid won't have that. So if I were to remove this and remove this and then swap their places, put you in the resource deck and put you in the hand, all of a sudden, the deck is now valid because all of the cards in my hand have had their synergy requirements met. These guys being at 6, these guys being at 4, and the rest of my deck satisfies that of the 10 cards that I have to play around with, even if he's only here to meet that requirement of 6 for the other cards. He himself won't be able to use his effects, but that is how deck building in this game works. So we'll just empty this out. And I'll show some examples of other decks. So, over here, you have the Wandering subset in a deck, right? The synergy rating is either 6 or 7. He's at a 6, but he's at a 7. So, because all of them are from the Wandering subset, the synergy requirements are all met. We've got the runes included. It works perfectly fine. Down over here, we have the Ancient Beast subset again. Their synergy requirement is 4, so because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's okay. And then over here we have the Daemons with the synergy requirement of 2, so only 2 of them would be enough, but we've actually included 4 in total, so that's also fine. Now over here we have what's called a generic avatar, which doesn't have a subset, as you can see here. Now generic cards do not have a synergy rating, which means that they can be put into any deck freely, and they do not contribute to the synergy pool that you've got going on. They're just basically an empty space. They can use their effects just fine. As you can see, he's glowing green because he doesn't have a subset. He doesn't have a family of cards. So you put those in to sort of fill empty spaces without adding or taking away from anything. So basically the active synergy of this deck is 9, and then he just exists as the one card that doesn't have synergy in the deck. You can have as many as you want in your resource deck, but generic avatars can only go into the resource deck. If I take him out, for example, and I tried to put him back in, with a card like this, I can put it in the hand or the resource deck, but with the generic card, my only option is to put it in the resource deck. And that is how you build decks in Summoner's Nexus. Now, coming over to the last core section. Actually, wait, before we do the last core section, I never showed you how to equip cosmetics. You just come over here to the deck customization screen, you choose the deck you want to customize, and then you choose the cosmetics that you want to equip for that deck, the animations, the music, so on and so forth, right? So that is that. Now, coming over to the story mode screen, currently the story mode is locked. It's completed, but it's still under construction to an extent, or rather the art is completed, but the coding is still under construction. We have a link to the Kickstarter for the game that will be live later on. And then this is where you go for the ranked arena. You choose your deck here of the deck list that you have. You can only select an active deck list. If I try to choose one that isn't active, it won't let me play with it. Your active deck is not valid. So you have to choose a deck that has been properly built. Then you can push play. And it will search for someone to play with, but there's currently no one else playing the game because this is a test build. So we leave that. And then very importantly, over here, the contest hall is also not it's still under construction, so nothing happens when you push play. But for your purposes and for practice purposes, you come over here and you tap on the little dragon icon. And it asks you, would you like to train with Ignis? You say yes. Now, this is a training AI that you can use, and you choose its play style. You decide if it fights aggressively, defensively, or in a balanced format. Let's say balanced. You choose a difficulty setting. We'll say easy. And we go from there. I choose the deck that I want to play with, and I'm able to enter a match. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a message in the chat. Hey, bro. Is this Saul? If so, bro, this is Skywalker. You might not remember, but I used to watch Galaxy, and I remember when Galaxy first shouted you out, and you're still doing YouTube. All is going well. I feel like I remember it vaguely. That was years ago. Welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, I'm not necessarily doing YouTube the way that I used to. I'm not trying to make my own indie game, so we're building it up from scratch from there. So still on YouTube technically, but it's not the main focus anymore. But thank you very much for coming through. Thank you for still hanging out. And yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you, friend. Now, what we would do in this section is we choose a deck. I'll go with the Ancient Beast subset deck, and boom, just like that, we're in a game. Now, gameplay, you'll have the simplified rules. It's on the website, but it's also in the schedule of work that was provided. You come over here, and you have your amount of life points. You can see the deck list that you entered with. You can see the graveyard, which is where cards that have been destroyed go, and then you can also exit the game. Now, the game is broken into stages. You'll have seen that this is the preparation phase. Oh, okay, you still talk to Oh, we have a message. You still talk to Galaxy. I mean, we're still on talking terms. We don't talk often, but we're still cool, right? I haven't spoken to him in a while, in fairness. But we are still on good terms. That's still my bro, right? Now, I want to go through step by step and sort of explain the steps of it. So, we start with the first turn, preparation phase. There's a maximum of 6 turns that can exist. So, what you can do is you're allowed to summon 3 avatars per turn, and you're allowed to set 3 runes per turn. I'll set 2 runes for this turn, and I'll choose to put 3 avatars on the field. Now, you'll notice, when I put her on the field, if I check here, I lose 100 points from my gauge because it costs life points in order to summon cards. The objective of this game is to destroy your opponent's monsters and get to their life points in order to deal damage to them directly. So, we'll put those cards on the field, and we end the preparation phase. Now, our opponent will be making decisions at the same time as us, and then we have the declaration phase, where we see everything that they chose to put on the field. Now, because this is a training AI, they won't use any runes, and they won't use any effects. This is just for you to practice the battle system. So, you have the assault zone. Cards in the assault zone will go down this lane in order to attack. Your lanes are the red lanes, right? So your aim is to get to your opponent's defensive zone, destroy the monsters that are there, and then attack them directly. Your opponent's cards will try and do the same thing. You put cards in the counter zone, which is here, to try and intercept him as he's going down his path, so you can catch him and stop him. They've done the same thing, and then cards in your defensive zone obviously protect you. This is the Nexus, which is a defensive zone on the field where no cards can, where only support type cards can be summoned. You can send cards in down the lane to attack in there, but that's the only way to get in. So now it's time for me to start activating my effects. And we go with, let's go with Incinerate. Oh, a message from Sky. Hey, didn't you have another channel? What happened to it? It's still there. It's a it's a Yu-Gi-Oh focused channel. But because I'm making my own trading card game, I wanted to start a new channel dedicated to that. But that channel still exists. It's still on YouTube. A lot of the videos are still up. Although I think I enlisted quite a few of them when I was trying to figure out what to do with the channel. So I still have it. It's something that I might go back to. But for right now, this one is my main focus. Right? Now, back to the effects. We activate Incinerate, and you can just read what the card effects do. I'll choose to incinerate this card. Now what incinerate says is discard, oh, no. What incinerate says is target a card on the field, ignite it. To learn what ignite means, you just click on that word, it burns the card and deals damage to it over time. Now, after the wave start, we have the movement phase where cards move across the field to get to their destination. We enter the battle phase where cards are able to attack other cards on the field. Now, because I've destroyed my opponent's card, I can activate this card's effect, which is Ally of the Ancients. Different cards have different requirements for how their effects will be activated, so it's not all the same across the board. But for this specific deck, they activate their effects by destroying their opponent's monsters and then generating tokens off of those destroyed monsters. I can activate another effect, and don't worry if you're not able to follow this. There's a lot happening on the screen right now. This is just to give you a clear example of like what the gameplay looks like. So my opponent attacks into me, he gets destroyed, I reduced his attack, and I will use Ally of the Ancients again to summon another token to fight with, right? And so that is the battle system. So I will make my way over to my opponent's defense zone, try and destroy their monsters. Movement phase 2 comes around. I didn't end up using this freeze rune, which means that at the end of the turn, it will just be discarded. Cards can only attack once, which is why even though it's a battle phase, I didn't attack. The wave ends. And then everything here, I believe, will go to the graveyard. Or rather, the runes here go to the graveyard, because runes only last one turn. The avatars stay. We get to turn 2. And we get to keep on playing. So that's sort of the flow of the game. Don't worry, following the simplified rules and then just looking at the resources on the website, and once you have your hands on the build as well, you'll be able to understand it a lot more easily, but that is how this game works. Alright, so for the new employees who have been watching, or who I'm going to send this to for the purposes of learning the game, you can stop at 27 minutes in. That's everything you need to know about the app as it currently exists. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the group chat for Nexus. But yeah, that's everything. Now, we can move on for the rest of the stream to the testing section, where we actually go through and see how good the newest build is. Okay, perfect. All right, now, oh, I missed a message. Bunny Galaxy unlisted half of his 2. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about like moving on and like getting older and looking back at some things, and it's like, oh, I don't like the way that looked. But for me, it was that, and also the fact that I wanted to like redirect the channel into other things, which led me to unlisting a lot of things. And then when I tried to redirect the direction of the channel, it didn't work out because people were like, hey, we only really want Yu-Gi-Oh content over here. So that ended up not really working, and it just sort of died down. But my current thought process is either A, use that channel for Yu-Gi-Oh streams every now and then just for fun and community engagement, or B, once Nexus is out, turn that channel into a Nexus based channel. Like we have the official Summoners Nexus TCG channel, but if I want to just do like gameplay videos or like make content for the game, I can rededicate that channel to it, and it probably won't do great views wise, but it is extra eyes on the game, which is the most important thing, right? Right, so that's that. Yeah, that's that. Remember, bro, you used to do movie VCs? Movie VC. Oh, wait, yeah, wow, what's it called? Movie nights in Discord. Is that what you mean? Because that was fun as hell. Yeah, I made it to a stream. Yo, Seluxus, welcome, bro. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And GearTune, what's good? All right, we vibing, we live. All right, now, we have a new build on our hands. This build is... well, I haven't actually tested it properly. It's been out for 24 hours, and it includes the Reaper subset. Not the Reaper subset runes, but the cards from the Reaper subset are all in here. And we can sort of get into it and see how well those effects have been implemented. So we'll take it one by one. We're going to use the training mode to test it, although I have realized sometimes effects work in the training mode and they don't work in actual games, so we'll need to test that as well. All right. Now, let's go over a deck list. Hey, bro, if you don't mind, do you mind sharing how you met Galaxy exactly? How did I meet Galaxy? Yes, oh, but you know what's funny? We're probably actually going to get back into doing movie nights on Discord at some point in the near future. But how did I meet Galaxy? If it was either on Twitch I remember. I met Galaxy through Gray, right? We had a friend on Twitch, a mutual friend who went by the name Gray Caped Hero. I don't know if Gray still streams, but he knew Galaxy, and so I would hang out in Gray streams every now and then, and Galaxy would come through, and so Galaxy and I would talk there, and eventually Galaxy started coming to some of my streams, and we became friends through that process. Galaxy was way bigger than both me and Gray at the time. His YouTube it had popped off. He was known in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links community, and when it came time for me to start making my YouTube videos and everything like that, we would just talk every now and then, you know, share feedback, support each other, so on and so forth, until eventually my YouTube started popping off a lot more, and it got to the point where it's like, oh hey, there would actually be value in like collaborating together and like doing stuff together, because as a very small channel, there's no real point. Like when Galaxy was on like I think 4K subs, I only had about 100, and so it's like, okay, what would be the point of him collaborating with me? Like, what would he gain from that? So I never even asked. It was only when I got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm bigger now, and I think I don't remember if it was him or me who wanted to collaborate first, but we were really excited to do it because we had become very good friends at that point, and so that's how he and I met. And so yeah, we've been friends ever since. I knew when he had his kid. I don't think I've ever spoken to his girl, but like we would talk about that every now and then. Like he's a solid dude. He would give me tips about YouTube as well. On like, oh hey, we would just exchange ideas, like, oh, this worked for me, this worked for you. Like when Master Duel first came out, it was so funny because he and I were bouncing off of each other, almost competing for who could make like the higher view counted short form content for. Like he and I were some of the first people to do short form content for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that really popped off, like 300,000 views here or there, so on and so forth. And that's when my first channel actually popped off the most. But yeah, no, good times, good memories, right? He's a great dude. Okay, so what we have here is the Reaper subset. I just threw together a quick deck list. None of the runes are working, like I said already, and so that's why we've got the generics in the hand instead of the Reaper subset runes. We're just going to go through and test our effects one by one, because not only do we need to test this, we need to test the feedback for the last build on the Ancient Beast subset and on the Swamp Dwellers and just everything else that was added on, right? So we hop in, train with Ignis. We will take a balanced playstyle. Actually, no, we don't want the balanced playstyle with the Reapers. We want a defensive playstyle, so that way we can test Umbrage's effect. And we go in with Billy and Mandy because, you know, Grim Adventures. I'm free if you want a human to test with. That, depending on how long I stream for, that would be a vibe. The beauty of the training mode, it's made game. Oh, I love the training mode so much because it's made game testing so easy, because I can literally just sit down. I don't have to play against myself. I don't have to like wait to see if anyone is free. I can literally just hop into with the AI. So I think I've just gotten used to doing it that way. But no, that's a vibe. Now I've tested this actually a little bit already. And there's something in here that I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I know it's not working, right? Which is this. Opponent's defense zone, and we will summon Grimace of the Reaper. We'll test him. And I guess we'll also test this in a second. No, we'll leave that for later. What does your effect do? This card gains 50 attack. Okay, we can test this. Swap this card's current attack and defense. Alright, yeah, we'll test that in a second. Alright, bet. Hey bro, I'm headed out now. You and Galaxy should do a Duel Links collab soon. Trust, and nice catching up with you. How you doing? Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much, Scott. Thank you for coming through. It was fun hanging out. And yeah, I mean, you've brought up some really fun memories, so we might just do that. Have a great one and take care, my friend. Wave start rolls around. We will activate Malice. Now, what Malice says is, when this card is rank cost summoned, target one card on the field, that card becomes cursed. This card also becomes cursed, and it cannot be cleansed. Now, what cursed as a status effect is supposed to do is, cards that are cursed are destroyed the turn after the status condition was applied at the end of the turn. So we'll attack with Umbrage the Reaper, and we will activate the effect of Carnage. So when we swing in, we destroy the enemy card, and we boost right back up to 300. So Carnage looks like it works. We're going to need some VFX on Carnage. So 34, let's say 33 minutes in. We need VFX on Carnage. And what I think goes wrong here is, I'm pretty sure, yep, the cursed cards get destroyed early. So 34 minutes in, cursed cards get destroyed early. Right? That's not supposed to happen like that. The cards are supposed to get destroyed at the end of the next turn, not the end of the current. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he will be in my graveyard. So we'll test Echo of... Oh, actually, no, we can't test Echo of Morning. It only works when he's destroyed by battle. Okay, never mind. We'll leave that alone. We'll test this. Let's test Prophecy Denier and see if that works. We can also test... Let's just test a bunch of stuff. We'll throw this in there. We will test, I guess, you and you. Yeah. So, Declaration phase rolls around. Wave start. We're not going to activate freeze or card exchange or anything. Actually, we could. Yeah, we could do a card exchange. We could do a card exchange here. Let's discard this because it's useless, and hopefully we get an avatar off of this, just so we can make more Reaper plays. Okay, we got an avatar, but not a Reaper. That's okay. We will swing in with you. Activate Carnage. Carnage allows us to destroy the first monster. Our attack gets reset. Ooh, it works, it works, it works. Okay, so we have first Call of the Immortal, which says when a rank 3 Reaper avatar you control destroys a card by battle, this effect activates. It's mandatory. I like that's been done well. The first time a Reaper card would be destroyed this turn, it is not destroyed. So we're going to activate this, and we will also activate God of the Harvest to stop Umbridge from attacking again, and let's see if that works. We should go up to 100 defense. God of the Harvest didn't boost my defense, okay? And Catastrophe is activatable? Wait, what? After another card on the field concludes an attack, break its chain of momentum. Okay, so Catastrophe just shouldn't be activatable here. What else is wrong? So we are at 36. 36. Catastrophe should not activate here. Also at 36. Prophecy Denier did not work the way that it was supposed to, so let's just not activate that. Oh, so our chain of momentum just wasn't broken at all. Our chain of momentum just was not so Prophecy Denier didn't work at all. Right? Denier did not work at all. Attack was not flipped. And so let's try this. I shouldn't be destroyed by this battle if Call of the Immortal has worked. Oh, no. Okay. So Call of the Immortal did not work. Yeah, Call of the Immortal did not work. Let's put that at 37. Call of the Immortal did not work. We were still destroyed. Prophecy Denier did not work. And chain continued. And I think I've realized what's wrong. What Umbridge says is, after he activates Carnage, he can activate this effect again. Catastrophe should not have been activatable here, but also, Umbridge isn't able to activate any effect again. He is only able to activate this effect again this turn. So they need to correct that. Umbridge should only be able to activate Carnage again, no other effects. Right? So we'll just put a time code for that as well. Alright, so preparation phase has rolled around. Let's see what's good. I mean, I guess we can test you. Right? So we know some things aren't working already. Let's test you and see if your effect works. I guess we'll just test it by trying to destroy ourselves. Declaration phase rolls around. We end. Oh man, let me tell y'all, I had a heart attack the other week. I had spilled a bit of water on my computer and it was having a seizure after a minute midstream, but thankfully after an OS reset it was okay. Bro, that would be terrifying to me. That's my biggest nightmare. What? Underworld Contractor did not destroy the card as part of the cost. So that is 40 minutes. No, let's say 39 minutes in. 39. Underworld Contractor did not destroy the card as part of its cost. Okay, so we've got quite a few things that need fixing in this build. Let's test God. Let's see if God of the Harvest works one more time. Let's try it one more time and see. Nope, no luck on God of the Harvest. That's okay. Why is Catastrophe trying to activate here? Catastrophe just doesn't really make sense. Even like Catastrophe shouldn't be activatable, but even if it was, Catastrophe is only supposed to activate when a different card is going through its attack, because it says after another card. I think he's trying to use it on himself. I think Umbridge is trying to use Catastrophe on himself, which he shouldn't. So I'm going to mark that at 41. Umbridge is trying to use Catastrophe on himself, which should not be possible. Okay, so I'm going to quit this. And we're going to go in again to test a different set of effects. So this time around, let's see how well... Let's see how well... Let's see it against the defensive playstyle, and let's go hard because I want to test Ruin this time. Alright, so the name of the game is testing Ruin this time around. We'll summon you. Opponent's defense. What does this say? Okay, we may as well test this. May as well test this. And end. So, the big effect to beat is Ruin. It should be that when I am destroyed, don't activate Malice. It should be that when I am destroyed here, I get to destroy a different card. Don't Carnage here. Ruin does activate, and what does it say specifically? When the card is destroyed, target avatar on the field and destroy it, remove this card from the game. So we activate Ruin. We pop you. Ruin resolves. You are destroyed. And are you in the graveyard or the black? Good, he's not in the graveyard. He's in the black. He's removed from the game. Ruin works perfectly fine. That's lovely. Alright, now let's test this. I get destroyed. Echo of Morning activates. Echo of Morning resolves. Nothing happens yet. That makes sense. Good. Nothing is supposed to happen. Then, beautiful, at the beginning of the turn, he returns here, and he's able to use his defense as his offensive stat, even though he's in the counter zone. Echo of Morning works perfectly fine. That's very, very good. Alright. So we've tested for Carnage. We just know that it needs some VFX. We've tested for Carnage. We have tested for... We haven't actually tested if Catastrophe works. Let's we'll do a test for Catastrophe in a sec. We've tested for Ruin. Ruin works correctly. The status condition Cursed does not work correctly, but we've noted it. Grimace of the Reaper. Malice works as intended. Biggest loss was a lot of corrupted files, and I had to redo my layouts and stuff. But on the bright side, less clutter on my computer. See, that silver lining is gonna come back and almost make it like a positive experience, because I love when I have my stuff organized. Like, I recently did a deep clean of my system, and it just feels so much better, right? Like, life just feels so much better. Let's see here. What else is done already? We've got Echo of Morning has been tested. The Reaper Scythe, Call of the Immortal has been tested. It did not work. And the VFX was not added either. Okay, so we need to take the VFX note for Call of the Immortal. And just put it in the notes for our revisions. Sorry, you guys can't see this part of the process. I'm just going through and itemizing. Right? So Call of the Immortal, it activated, but it didn't do jack, unfortunately. Kronos the Reaper, God of the Harvest. We didn't actually test. We never tested God of the Harvest. Let's test God of the Harvest. Right? We tested Prophecy Denier. Did not work, unfortunately. Reaper's Ward, we haven't actually been able to test yet. So let's actually edit our deck list to make it more viable to test the Reaper's Ward. This might need to be a 2-day session of testing. Let's put the Reaper's Ward in our starting hand. We've done all the tests we want to for Umbrage, but we need him in the hand because the deck revolves around him. So we will instead take out Grimace, who has also been tested. Let's go Reapers. And I guess actually you've been tested too. You just sort of don't work the way that you're supposed to. Put you in resource. Take you out of resource. Put you in hand. Put you in resource. Who else? And you're in hand. And I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything. Okay, beautiful. So, let's go again. Now, what else has been tested? Reaper's Hound has been tested. Does not work, unfortunately. Yes, we would like to train with Ignis. This time, let's go with... What do I want to go with? Let's go with defensive again. Yeah, let's go with defensive. We'll go normal, though. And see how it goes. Alright, so. When testing Sickle, Sickle increases our attack by 50. But it can only boost you to a maximum of 300. So I wonder what happens when you try and target Umbrage with that effect. Let's see. Death's Embrace, we activate it. Is Umbrage a target? Yes, he is. No, it's not correct. When this effect is activated as part of the cost of activation, the player is shown a menu that contains all of the Reapers with less than 300 attack or defense. He has 300 attack, so he should not... Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, this could be correct. Let's see if we target... Oh! Okay, bravo, 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 bravo. Right? They're only letting us boost his defense, not his attack. So that works perfectly, yes. Because it can boost attack or defense to give the deck a little bit more of a robust personality. He's not going to use his defense, but it can be boosted. Alright, so we activate Carnage here, allowing us to... Well, actually, we didn't need the Carnage there, but it keeps our attack high after the battle is done. And then after that battle concludes, if we activate God of the Harvest, we should be boosted by 50. Yes, we are. Okay, beautiful. That appears to be working. Now, the max that he can be boosted to is 300. So let's just see how high we're able to take him, right? It should automatically stop us at 300 because he's not allowed to be bigger than Umbrage. He must always be smaller than Umbrage on the field. That's sort of the dynamic. He's the lesser of the two. I want to test Ward. So we're going to put this in the graveyard. Right, we'll just ship this off to the grave. And we will put you here. Right? And Wave Start rolls around. We can Death's Embrace again. Let's speed up this process a little bit. Oh, I really like this. Okay, cool. We'll boost him up. And then next turn we should be able to test if his effect takes him past 300. Movement phase 1 rolls around. Battle phase 1 comes around. We swing with Umbrage onto you. We Carnage to allow us to stay healthy through our swings. Yeah, Carnage really needs a VFX on it. Carnage really needs a VFX on it. God of the Harvest activates, allowing us to boost up to 250. And we're going to get a solid swing in here, right? The Reapers, even without their runes, look like they stop trying to catastrophe yourself. Carnage again. They look like they could really be a threat in terms of breaking through your opponent's defenses. We take him out. Feels good. And then we attack directly for 250. Now, in this instance, we are not going to swing with Ward. We want those Reaper runes to go to the graveyard first. Once we're in the graveyard, we will see if Ward fishes them out when he is destroyed by them. That's our biggest objective here. Now, turn 3 rolls around. I don't think there's anything that we don't need to worry about what we draw. It doesn't really matter in this situation. We're just gonna see. Yeah, we're just gonna see, right? End declaration phase. Activate Death's Embrace. Boost you up by another 50. And now we can no longer boost him via Death's Embrace, which makes sense. But does God of the Harvest still try and activate? Movement phase 1 rolls around. Battle phase 1 rolls around. Umbrage should still... Oh my goodness, no! Well, that's not what we wanted to happen. Why is he swinging first? I guess it is random because they're tied, so you need to be clever about it. Wait, what? Why is Prophecy Denier activating? Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess in theory that makes a lot of sense. We know Prophecy Denier doesn't work already. Let's see if Catastrophe works. Let's see if Catastrophe works. Will Catastrophe save... Oh, shoot, it does. But why? Why? Umbrage is just broken. Umbrage is just allowed to activate as many effects as he wants to each turn, which isn't how it's supposed to work. He's only supposed to have the ability to activate Carnage multiple times. And we didn't activate the other effect, so God of the Harvest is still viable. We're still allowed to activate it here, so we go up by 50. Okay, what a weird exchange that was. At least we were able to test one effect. Oh, right, we're going to be able to test another. Son of Hades, activate. Beautiful. Yeah, no, that works perfectly fine. Okay, so Son of Hades works. We got our Reaper rune back in our hand. And we know for a fact that Catastrophe works, which is good. So, and Reaper Sickle also works. Yeah, we know for a fact that Reaper Sickle works. God, I can't believe I almost thought that was wrong. It be your own people. You forget how to play your own game sometimes. End this. Now, is there enough? Are there enough turns left for us to try for the Death's Embrace strat again and see if it caps us at 300? What turn is it? It is turn 4, but he's going to die. He's going to run out of points in his Nexus Gauge next turn, so it won't even matter. I mean, swing with you, activate Carnage. I think we'll be on... Will we be on 250 at the end of this turn? Can we still test it, technically? Can we technically still test it? Yes, we can. Okay, good. Activate God of the Harvest. No, we can't because we're going to kill him with Kronos. Kronos is going to attack directly and kill him. Okay, that's lovely. Don't activate Catastrophe. Yes, activate Carnage. And I mean, the effect clearly works. The only thing I want to test is whether or not the 300 cap applies. If the 300 cap applies for Reaper's Sickle, I'm willing to believe and assume that it also applies for Kronos, right? I mean, it's something that will most likely be tested more thoroughly at a later date, but I'm willing to accept that as a base value, right? So, of those cards, we do have quite a few bugs, right? We've got quite a few bugs. Curse cards getting destroyed early, Catastrophe activating when it shouldn't, Umbrage being able to activate multiple effects, Prophecy Denier doesn't work, Call of the Immortal doesn't work, Underworld Contractor didn't destroy the card activating as part of the cost, and then, yeah, Umbrage just trying to activate Catastrophe on himself, which in truth, that's not as bad as it could be. That's not that bad. Now, one thing that I need to showcase is the Reaper subset is not in the working card pool. I keep on having to ask them to do this, and I guess they keep on forgetting that whenever a subset is done, it needs to be added to the working card pool, but it's not here. The time code is 55, right? Because when I send this build to people to test it for us, it's being sent to people who don't have as much information about how the game works. Reaper sub not in card pool, right? And so we want to make it as easy as possible by putting all of the cards in one place, and not having it there just makes it that much more difficult for us to do. So we have tested that. What else do we need to test? Minos' Forest Labyrinth effect works, but afterwards the AI still attacks. The AI should not have had a second attack available that turn. Okay, so we need to go over to the training grounds. And we will go in on a, let's go balanced, let's go normal, and let's go Forest Guard, Forest Gang. Sick. Alright, now, we will open with, I mean, I'm going to trust that the effect is working now, and let's open with our riskier but more profitable opening for the Forest Guard subset. It's one that I've been playing around with to see if it makes sense. And I think it does. I think it's solid. And we go Forest Wall. Okay, so Declaration phase rolls around. Our opponent summons their avatars. They try and hit us over the head. We go Tutelage. And we go Nature's Forge immediately. Don't activate anything else. And then, with Tutelage active on the field, we move up one, activate Forest Guard startup, allow us to place a forest counter on you. And then his effect will place a forest counter on Minos. We will also incinerate. Let's incinerate the defending card, actually, not the attacking card. Which card is that? Let's go with you. And we place a counter over here. Don't Forest Guardian. So he's going to be a lot weaker by the time we eventually swing. And this will just be a turn to build up resources. Don't chain. Will we attack? No. Will we attack? No. Don't activate. Now he will swing at us. We Forest Labyrinth to prevent that attack. Remove a counter from, I guess, Goblin Forge makes sense. Don't Forest Wall. And that attack should be done. It's over. Nothing else happens here. He should not attack again. Battle phase should just end. Please, please, please. Beautiful. Oh boy. Okay, so destroy Selenis. There was a little bit of a pause there. Activate Forest Wall to prevent Selenis from destroying himself. Place the counter on Minos. But we'll go through when optimizing and work on that later. Right? I'm not too fussed about that. Okay, so we take off the note about Forest Labyrinth. And what else needs to be tested from the Forest Guard subset? Wolverine and Honey Badger, that's not Forest Guard. Subset Icon Showcase. Okay, so if I do this... What? Okay, sick. Yeah, it's showing me the base versions of the cards now. Good. So if I click U, I click this. Huh. Why is that menu opening behind the stack menu? Okay, so let's put that down. 59. 59. The subset card display is appearing behind the stack menu instead of in front. So we'll log that. Okay, so it only shows the standard versions, which is good. Ally of the Ancients, Ally of the Ancients. Numbering system for for Ancient Beast. Okay, so it looks like that is everything from the. It looks like that's everything from the Forest Guard subset. Nope, I was wrong. There are other effects that should be tested here. But actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think we did see them working. We'll test it again, though. What do we do here? Okay, so. Yes, I would like to train with Ignis. Let's go. Balanced. Let's go normal. We go Forest Guard subset. Oh, I don't have dude in my hand. Oops. I guess I took him out of the starting hand for this lineup. I mean, the only thing we really need to test is Minos. Which means we can't do it like this. Okay. We can't actually test what I want to like this. Let's do it like this. We'll go up against a defensive build on easy. Going with the Forest Guard subset and see what we can do. Now, in truth, we don't even need to do all of the extra stuff. We probably want to, though, in fairness. Let's summon you. And put this down. Alright, now, our opponent is playing defensive, so we will be able to just rack up counters on Sage. Sorry, not Sage. Forge. Activate Startup. Put the counter over here. Don't activate Guardian. We're actually going to turn our toggle off for a little bit. Alright, just to make it a bit more easy to focus on what we're looking for. Movement phase 1 rolls around. Battle phase 1 rolls around. We're going to turn our toggle back on. Yes, we want to attack. No, I'm not going to activate it here. What I want to test is not testable like this. Damn it. Forest Woodland wants to activate. Still wants to activate. Because it should be activatable after I select an attack target, right? Don't chain. And let's go. Actually, Forest Wall can help us with this. We put Forest Wall down, and we will also put down. Yeah, that's it. Our opponent summons a new card. Wave start, we Nature's Forge. Don't Forest Guardian yet. So we've got 3 counters in total. Movement 1, card moves up. Battle 1, beginning of the battle phase, it gives us the option to activate. We're forced to choose an attack target. We'll choose you. I'm given another option to activate here. I'm going to refuse. Why didn't Forest Wall activate to save me? Okay, so we were testing for something else, found a different problem. 104. Forest Wall did not save Minos. Forest Wall did not activate to save Minos from destruction via battle. Okay, but it did look as though the effects were lighting up when they should. So I'm going to take that off the chopping block for Minos' effect. And we can hop out of this. Okay, now. Something that I actually want to note, I may as well just put the note here, is that I would like to move where you enter the training mode is, right? Rather than Ignis appearing here on the play button, like similar to what we have over here is the way he appears. Instead of appearing here, I would like to create a tab for him like here, right? So similar to what we've got for this, where you can tap it and it does stuff. I would like it to be a case that we have a tab and then Ignis is in the tab. And the tab doesn't need to open or anything like that. It doesn't need to, it's not the kind of tab that you would tap and it opens. It's literally just, instead of being here, Ignis is here, you tap on him, and it works exactly the same. You get this menu, so on and so forth. And then I would like that tab to be on all of these pages. I would like it to be here, I would like it to be here, I would like it to be here. I would like the training mode to be on all of the main menu pages. So I'm going to mark that as 105. Right, 105 training mode instructions. Okay, is there anything else that I need to give instructions on? Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's see here. I believe this is fine. I don't know how to duplicate that or replicate that, so nope. Let's test the Ancient Beast subset now. That was... Actually, no, let's go Swamp Dwellers. That'll be faster. We will go Balanced, we will go Easy, and we will go... Is it Shrek the Third? Yes, it is. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so let's test these guys out and see how it goes. Preparation phase rolls around. We summon you. Opponent defense zone. We grab card exchange. We put these two on the field, and I believe that's how this combo is supposed to work. And this is what we're testing. Swamp Dwellers. Okay. And Wave Start rolls around. We are forced to activate Orion's Belt. We will follow that up with card exchange to discard you to the graveyard, allowing us to draw one card. Hopefully an Avatar. Hopefully not a Swamp Dweller. God damn it! Okay, so we don't get to activate Belly Drum. We got the 1 in 5 bad luck, right? There is a 1 in 5 chance that you get a card here that you don't want to get off of that combo. It's very unlikely, but it can happen, as you've seen here. We'll summon you onto the field. And, wait, what? Why is Belly Drum activatable? Belly Drum says, when this card is summoned by a Swamp Dweller card effect, add a Swamp Dweller avatar from your resource deck to your hand. This effect cannot be used again. I mean, let's see what happens when I try this. Will the effect just fail to resolve? What the hell? I mean, it gave me the choice, which is correct. I'm glad that it's now giving you the choice to choose to attack or not. But as you can see, it just gave me an extra card, which isn't supposed to be physically possible. 108. That's such an unlikely scenario as well. 108. What's your name? I don't even know your name. Dirag. Dirag. Added a card to my hand when that should not have been possible because the only other Swamp Dweller card was already in my hand. If there are no viable targets, the effect should not be activatable. Okay, alright, now, I mean, I guess we still just carry on with the testing. We'll see one more time if, we'll see one more time to just make sure that we are able to activate the effects. Or rather, we're able to choose whether or not we get to attack when the effects are activated. Battle Phase 1 rolls around. We activate Fee Fi Fo Fum. Destroy ourselves in order to summon you from the hand. One of you, anyway. Beautiful. We can activate... Let's go Monster Hunt, actually. Yeah, let's go Monster Hunt. Reduce the stats of the card that's coming in for an attack. And then we should have the choice, once again, of whether to attack or not. We choose no. Beautiful. Okay, yep, that has been fixed. Very, very good. Very, very nice. And we'll just quit out of this. Alright, up next is to test out the Ancient Beast subset. They have a lot of things that need testing. Maybe we actually do that second, then. Maybe we do that second. Yeah, let's test the generic cards. Let's test the generic cards first. Yes, I'd like to train with Ignis. Let's go balance. Let's go easy. Let's go generic jank. Right? We need to test as quickly as possible whether certain effects are working or not. So we're going to card exchange and Iron Will in order to try and get these cards as quickly as we can into our hands. Basically, we're testing to see if the mandatory effects have the ability to bypass the toggle button. Because when the toggle button is off, you can't activate effects, but mandatory effects are always activatable no matter what. Beautiful! Lovely top deck. Okay, so we got exactly the card that we wanted. Because we've tested, we know that those effects work normally, but they're not working when the toggle is off, and they're supposed to, because you can't turn the toggle off to avoid mandatory effects. That's why they're mandatory. Give me another card. Okay, alright. Well, I mean, it was going to give me another card. I wanted another avatar. I didn't get the one that I wanted, but hey, it's an avatar, so it thins the deck at least. Turn 2, we draw. Gimme, gimme. Let's go! Okay, beautiful. So we can test both of them here. Wolverine is attack. Badger is defense. Our toggle is already off, so we can literally just get started. And when we attempt to swing, we should be forced to activate their effects, even with the toggle currently off. Yes, attack. Beautiful. I am forced to activate X200. I will pay, I guess, 150 life points so I don't bleed myself dry. X200 activates. It resolves. I win the fight. And let's see if Sweet Scent is activatable on the back end in Battle Phase 2. Movement Phase 2 rolls around. My enemy approaches. Battle Phase 2. He wants to swing, and I am forced to Sweet Scent here. I do not have a choice in the matter. We'll just give him the full 200. Why the hell not? Beautiful. Alright. So, that works. We can take that off the chopping board. And we quit out of this. Actually, I want to change... I'm going to make a note of this, right? What's the time code right now? 113. For the Ignis story, for the Ignis question, can we change the dimensions of this box? Because this is... It feels too wide. It doesn't feel like sleek or streamlined. Like if I exit this and come over, like, I don't know, here, for example, this feels more like it fits to the text inside of it. It's more of a square. But over here, it feels like this box should be more rectangular, right? Like, it feels like we've got too much empty space, so this box should be smaller. And, yeah, Ignis is fine. This is fine because it's not in the box. But if we could fix that, that would be great, please. I'm going to mark that down as 113. 113 box orientation. All right, now What else is here? God, there's still quite a bit. A lot of it is Ancient Beast related. Whew! Alright, let's get started. First things first, the token numbering system. Let's see if it works. We will, yes, train with Ignis. We want our opponents balanced. We want it easy because we are soft. And we go A to Z. Alright, so first off, the numbering system for the tokens. Yeah, the numbering system for the tokens. So we'll go U. I want to generate 3 tokens this turn, so we're going to go pure offense. And end turn. Okay, now. What we should see here. Long list of things to check for the game today? Absolutely, yes sir. We've got a lot to go through. Right, but I mean that's to be expected because we added 2 major subsets and 2 minor subsets to the game. So we literally basically doubled the card pool of the game in like, I want to say 2 weeks, right? Let's say, yeah, around 2 weeks. We swing in with you, don't activate Mount. We activate Ally of the Ancients. We generate a token which should be classed as token number 1. I don't see a classification on it. No, this wasn't done. There's no classification. This should be token number 2. This should be token number 2. And yeah, you still have absolutely no way to tell them apart from each other. So that just isn't done. I don't know why it's ticked. I don't like there's no indication that it's done at all. Let's try one more. Number 3, Ally of the Ancients. Defense zone. Maybe if I put it in a different place, it will respond differently. Nope. No thing. Okay, so our time code is 116. No numbering system for tokens. Alright. Up next, what do I want to test next? Cards are being forced to attack on the turn that they are summoned. Okay. I don't think I can test that in this game. The target of Mount did not get to activate a second effect. We can test that. We can absolutely test that. Let's put this over here. And end. Okay, so first things first, we are going to activate Mount immediately onto Invictus. Mount activates. We allow Invictus to activate a second effect this turn. Okay, and he's got a little beast counter. Look at it. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, beautiful. So he should be able to activate 2 effects this turn. Right? So I'm going to activate Instruction on Invictus. Choose himself. And we're going to teach Ally of the Ancients to... Let's teach it to the one in the defense zone so we can see if the counter appears on it. It does indeed. Beautiful. And if we attack with Invictus here, he should have the ability to still activate Ally of the Ancients. Beautiful. Okay, so it works. It works. It works. It works. Alright, Ally of the Ancients activates. Summons a brand new token. He's going to swing into us. We should not be able to activate anything. Good. Next attack rolls around. We swing into that, and nothing should happen again, because we tied. Nope, it didn't. It's not how it's supposed to work. 119. Leonidas should not be activating Ally of the Ancients. Leonidas should not be activating when he is destroyed. Only Ally of the Ancients Plus allows you to activate it from the graveyard. So since Leonidas died from that battle, he should not have been able to activate the effect. Okay. Oh, I think we won. Did we just win? No, we don't because of Valor. And this card is not showing the effect that it was taught. Yeah, no, this card... So our time code is... Our time code is 119 still. 119. The card that was instructed is not showing its data, its new effect in the data screen. Okay, so that's just not working. That's alright. Let's see here. So where even is that? So nope, that hasn't been done. That is correct. Okay, that has been done. That has been done. Mount has been fixed. That worked properly. So now we just need to test. Nope, that didn't work. And I kind of want to see what happens with Ally of the Ancients when a card is destroyed, but we don't really have a position. We don't really have the potential to activate it on this turn. Don't use instruction here. Oh, shoot. Wait, but these cards are newer. Why are the newer cards attacking first? No, wait, did those cards? Oh, wait, no, I think Invictus might have gotten there after the cards. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that because it's supposed to happen in the order that the cards arrived there, right? So the newer cards shouldn't be attacking before Invictus. I'm going to note that down time code-wise, just in case I'm wrong. Newer cards should not have attacked before Invictus, but it might not be anything. Before Invictus. Okay, alright, now, just when they destroy the opponent's cards, Ally of the Ancients activating whenever the cards... Okay, let's just go into a new game and test this to see if it's still a problem. So, Ally of the Ancients has been activating no matter what. Even if the card in question is destroyed. So let's see if that's still a thing. Let's see if that's still a problem. And we go 1 and 2 and yeah, let's say 3. Why the hell not? End. And we end. Don't activate Mount. So nothing should happen here until the third battle this turn. Alright, no effects should activate until the third battle, other than Mount. He got destroyed, he didn't destroy anything, so nothing. We attack with you, don't chain. He's attacking, he himself gets destroyed, so nothing should happen. And then finally the third battle takes place where we successfully beat the opponent and we are finally able to activate Ally of the Ancients. Okay, good. That works properly now. So we will remove that from the list. Rider tokens are being forced to attack on the turn that they are summoned. There's no real way for me to test this turn, is there? Huh. What's the time code? I cannot close the card display menu for Ally of the Ancients. 124. 124. I cannot close the card display menu when Ally of the Ancients is being used. Right? I can't see where anything is on the board, so I don't actually know where to put this. I'll just say Assault Zone. Okay. We leave that fight. Oh, I am exhausted. Actually, I'm gonna order dinner real quick while I do this, because I would like it to be here at the time of my conclusion from the stream. Let's go with you. Because it's the weekend, my mom wanted us to do pizza at the weekend, so I'm going to get some and head down and have dinner with her. Add to basket. This is the most random thing. Do that again. Because it's going to be a... My sister's also coming down, so it's going to be a full house. So let's get 2. Grab that. Grab that. And grab that. And add that to basket. Right? Pizza. Yeah, that we're doing up some pizza, man. We're doing up some pizza. Help everyone unwind from a long week. And just recover and recuperate. While that is being done, I can head on over here and we can start playing out a game. How would I actually do this? Think so. How do I initiate a test where tokens are forced to engage in the first battle of the turn? Would we go balanced? I think we would. I think we would go balanced. Think so. No, we can go defensive. Balanced or defensive actually doesn't make a difference. Let's just go defensive. And we'll go easy to make it easy to test. A to Z. And let's see. Alright, now. For this turn, we will put you and you together and end. Alright, up next, we end, and we won't actually be able to do the test until next turn, but that's okay. Card number... Okay, that's all input. Don't activate instruction. And we will not attack here. Don't activate. Okay. So, now, this time around, we literally just end the turn. Sorry, end the preparation phase. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. They want me to do the verification for this right now. Okay, hold on. I'll be literally right back. I can still do the test while this is running. Okay, so battle phase 1. Attack with you. Create a brand new token. Put it in the assault zone. Movement phase 2. Wait, what? Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. That's correct. Don't activate Voyage. Battle phase 2, I should have the option to attack or not with the token. I choose no. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. It's not forced to attack. Good. And there's only 2 other things that I need to test right this second. I might call it here, because I need to step away for a moment. Wandering Atom is only supposed to retrieve Wandering Avatars from the graveyard. We can test Wandering Atom. Okay, so I'm gonna step away for like 3 minutes real quick, and then test the last like 3 things that need to be done today. Give me 1 minute. Well. Okay, that was relatively easy to sort out. Let's see here. Just gonna input this code, because of course ordering dinner has to be the most stressful thing in the world. Okay, I think all that information is correct. Beautiful. Alright, so dinner's on its way. Now, with that being said and done, I can do the final sections of testing for this build. The first being Wandering Anim is apparently not working the way that it is supposed to. Let's go balance, let's go hard to make the test faster, and we will go Ancient Journey. We will actually kind of have to strategize for this, because this is not going to be an easy fight. Yeah, I think that's the ideal opening for this deck in this situation. Activate Monkey King, boost up Tuertian and Wukong by 50 each. That way they can make a dent in our opponent's monsters this turn, and sort of soften them up for the Ancient Beast avatars to come through and pick them off. Tuertian will activate Bound, come back to my hand. And we will choose to attack with Wukong. What is that? We will choose to attack with Wukong here. Movement phase 2 rolls around. Battle phase 2. Nothing happens here because that card has already attacked. Wave End, and in truth, we are in a strong position. Again, the Ancient Beast subset it just ramps up so well. Let's go 1 and 2, and we'll put 3 over here. Declaration phase rolls around, and we don't even need runes really to win this at this point. Movement phase 2 occurs. Battle phase 1 takes place. Yes, we will swing with Invictus. Invictus activates Ally of the Ancients to create a new token to come and help us swing. Will I even be able to test the thing I want to test with how dominant this showing is about to be? This card swings in, deals 50 damage. We activate Ally of the Ancients, put another token in our assault zone at 300 attack. Yeah, no, I remember how I used to think that the Wandering subset was too strong before we put the other decks in the game. Yeah, it's fine. It's completely fine. Don't Voyage here. Battle phase 2 rolls around. Leonidas will be forced to swing, but I'm okay with that. Oh, wait, no, he's not forced to swing. We summoned him this turn. Perfect. Okay, so. Turn 3. What did I even want to test? I don't even remember now. I think it's the Wandering subset. But I don't have any of the Wandering subset cards on my person right now, is the annoying thing. We need to card exchange here. Do we have card exchange? We don't even have card exchange to use at this juncture. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Wave begins. We are forced to activate Orion's Belt. Is there really a point in activating Leap? No, there's not. What I'm finding is that the whole point of the Ancient Beast subset in this situation... Wow! When we just put her back to where she was. The whole point of the Wandering subset in this formation is just to make the Ancient Beasts more dominant, right? They just offer in those little supports. So Wandering subset becomes the support subset, where they're softening up the opponents while they themselves aren't getting destroyed too heavily, allowing you to be really, really aggressive. Don't activate. First Ancient Beast card activates. We taught it Ally of the Ancients Plus, which means that when it's destroyed, it should still be able to generate a token, which is good. That is correct. Put it in the assault zone. That second attack takes place. That's perfectly fine. That card gets through. And then we just lay into him. Oh yeah, we're not going to get to test the thing we wanted to test. I thought by putting it on hard difficulty, we would be stuck. But this is a really solid deck. Like, a really solid deck. Have Tuertian weaken himself again. That way, that card is very easy to destroy on the next go-around. Attack directly for 200 and then 100, so we win next turn. We won't be able to test Wandering Anim when we do it like this. Damn. Okay, so we need to do it. We need to do it again, but worse. we need to do it again, but worse. Don't activate. And let's not attack. Now, the AI does something here where it cheats, and I worry that players will be confused by this, right? I think I'm actually going to make a note of it here. So he's on 100 attack. He needs to summon 200 points worth of cards, right? But the AI will summon itself into a negative value, right? It's going to give itself permission, basically. Ooh, do I have any Ancient Beasts in the graveyard? I do! Perfect! Okay, so, it's not too late then. We will summon this, activate Wandering Anim, and we can still test this turn. So, what the deck is doing, when you watch it now, it's going to go to a minus value, which shouldn't be physically possible. Wait, what? It didn't. Oh, there was only one card. Oh, I'm so annoyed! I'm so annoyed. It didn't do it. Okay, I'll still note it down. I'll note it down because I know for a fact that it does it. It's just this is a bad example. I'll still note this down as a time code because it should never go into the negatives. Let's go Wandering Anim. And it's only letting me get the Wandering cards back. Beautiful. We can go Trojan Assault to fortify ourselves. We can Instruction. God, it's just such a dominant. It's just such a dominant deck. Right? And we don't need anything else, realistically speaking. Now, what did I want to say at this time code? 141. 141. The cards. The AI goes into negative values. We already have a tier 1 deck. I mean, honestly, probably. Like, and I'm not even like genuinely, this is probably tier 1 because this wasn't even difficult. This wasn't hard. Like, I remember the first time I ever played against AI with just a Wandering subset, and I was sweating, bro. Like, I think there's actually a video of that you'll see eventually. I was sweating, but it's so easy with this because you don't lose resources. Like, wait, what? I activated this already. What's happening? Why did it ask to activate? What the hell is going on? Okay, let's time code this. I have no idea what's happening. 142. 142. Yeah, it's just infinitely activating. Activating Ally of the Ancients. With no token generation or effect resolution. So if we push cancel, what happens? Okay, but when we can... Whoa! So we found an infinite token glitch. And then when it was canceled, it generated tokens for each time I had pushed yes. Yeah, no, that is that's not good. This deck is already too strong. Well, it's not too strong. It's just the strongest that we've got so far. It's the strongest currently in the game, I think. At least that's my personal opinion. But once more people have their hands on the game, people may disagree. So, what did we see here? We saw that Wandering Anim now works correctly, which is good. we need to test rider tokens in actual games. So we're gonna log out, and we just need to see if rider tokens can be seen. I'm gonna check it from my other account. Let's go in with this one. I don't think I own the Ancient Beast cards on this account, which is very important. Deck editor, and let's just see. I think the last time I updated this deck was this account was a while ago. Okay, nope, I do not own any of them. That's perfect. Let's just boot the game up on this other device. I'm hearing about a feature, not a bug. No, that is completely unintentional. That is completely unintentional, my good man. That would break the whole game. You just sit there and flipping Jaja Ken over and over and over again until you have like the biggest fist in the world. Fight me, coward? No. I want to get through the testing. I don't want to fight you. Also, you know what's crazy? Actually, I was about to joke that I'm scared, but not in the slightest, brother. That ancient journey deck is crazy, right? That ancient journey deck, I feel like will cook anything that you could think of in the current meta, right? Come at me with the best things that we have in the game right now. That deck is still that deck is taken. That deck is taking you. I personally think so anyway. But again, I could be wrong, and that's part of what I love about all of this. Now, I just want to test and see to make sure that one, you can see the rider tokens in PvP. And two, to see whether or not I'm able to see my opponent's cards. The way that I was able to see the cards I didn't own in the deck editor, am I able to do that same thing here? Let's go you in defense, and let's go you in assault. And I think that's everything that I will need to run this test. So, declaration phase rolls around. Survey says, beautiful! Alright, so even though I am poor and I do not own these cards, nope, it's not working. Damn it. I can't read these. It's not allowing me to tap on them to see them. Damn it, we were so close. 146. 146. Cannot tap the cards I do not own. Damn it. Because if I do this, right, and I hold this, I can see that, right? Because I own that card. But it's not letting me see the data for the cards that I don't own, which is sort of the whole point. So we're one step closer, but still not there. Unfortunate. So we're going to untick that. And the only other thing to test in this build is whether or not my opponent will be able to see, whether or not I will be able to see the rider token when my opponent summons it by beating me up. So we have him attack into us. Imagine being poor, literally crazy work, devious in fact. Put it in the defense zone. We Iron Will in response to that so we can draw a card. And when that chain resolves backwards, we draw the card off of Iron Will. And our opponent should... Nope, that didn't work at all. So I selected for the token to be in the defense zone for my opponent. And I see a token here in the assault zone for my opponent. But one, that's not where he summoned it. And two, I still can't see it. So our time code is 148. It looks like that's exactly the way it was when I sent the feedback. It's kind of frustrating when literally nothing is changed and you've marked it as ticked, because why is it marked as ticked? Because it wastes time in terms of testing. So I mean, maybe they tried to fix it, but like check it to see if it's actually fixed before you tick it off and say that it's done, because maybe they did something to fix it and it just didn't work. But like, I feel like that would have been easy to just test and to see. Because it's literally exactly what it was doing before I sent the feedback. It's still the white screen. it's still this, and it's still in the, it's now even in the wrong place, because it should be here. This is where I summoned it, but it's appearing over here, and all of it is wrong, so it's exactly where it was. Tokens still not working. It's a sour note to end on, because overall this is a fun build. This is a build that I'm happy with the progress on. Lots of things to fix, but like, that is game development. That's not a problem. It's just, you know, in a situation where you, because that's not the first time it's happened tonight. Actually, I just didn't comment on it the other times. Like, there were a couple of times where I did the whole setup to test something, and they just hadn't changed it at all, even though it was ticked off of the to-do list, which is kind of annoying. Send build, please. I'm falling behind. Yeah, I'll send you the build. I'll send you the build. I'll send you the link now. In any event, that is everything I wanted to test. Everything, we've got a long enough list, so even if there may be more bugs to find, but the list is long enough that, like, okay, it's going to take a while to get through. So let's resolve all of these things before we start looking for more stuff that ain't working. All right, have a wonderful night, my friends. Thank you for hanging out with me for a while. I appreciate the time, and I will catch you later. The next time we have a build, most likely. All right, take care, friends. Bye.